I found a Bible in the chicken wire, pages soaked in axle fire. Psalm 38 was chewed by mice, but your name was underlined twice. The preacher left his boots on the stairs, said salvation don't wait in folding chairs. He kissed the dirt like it held a map, but the ground just laughed and folded back. The crows wrote verses on the barn roof tin, with claws for pins and smoke-stained skin. They preach in silence, they pray in flight, and I believe them more than the morning light. I wore your voice like a chapel bell, rang it loud through a wishing well. Coins hit water like falling sin, but grace don't echo, it sinks within. There's a hymn in the hum of a diesel cough, and a cross carved deep where the road breaks off. I nailed regret to a cottonwood limb, it bled red sap then sang a hymn. The gospel's written in wind and clay, not in books that time can flay. So I kneel in fields the sky disowns, and say amen with the quiet bones. The gospel's written in wind and clay, not in books that time can flay. So I kneel in fields the sky disowns, and say amen with the quiet bones. The silence wears a hat in this one-horse town, tipped low like the moon when the sun goes down. Barn doors sigh like they're holding in tears, and the wind knows the names of forgotten years. A crow rides fence posts like a midnight judge. Fields lean golden, but they never budge. Your ghost ain't loud, but it hums real low in the hush between the songs on the radio. I left you where the wild oats dream, where the dirt holds truth in a silver seam. Ain't no map for roads that end like that, just dust and stars and a silence in a hat. Sometimes I talk to the screen door swinging, like it might still answer, creaking and singing. But your name don't echo like it used to do. Now it fades like denim in a sunburned hue. I left you where the wild oats dream, Just a cross-eyed moon and a silence in a head. Where hope walks slow in a sepia gleam. Ain't no preacher can preach where we sat. Just a cross-eyed moon and a silence in a hat. The stars don't stay, and the moon has lost its color and turned to gray. The dirt on my boots don't know where I've been, but the wind still carries the echoes of sin. There's a crow sitting by the old iron gate, singing a song of love too late. The trees won't bend, they just stand tall, watching me fall like the seasons that crawl. Underneath the hollow sky I roam, where the night's too cold to ever feel like home. I hear your voice in the cracks of the ground, but it's buried too deep for me to be found. I built a fire from the scraps of the past, but it burned too bright and didn't last. The river's still flowing, but it won't let me swim. And the birds flew south, but they didn't sing. I tried to climb, but the walls won't break, and every step I take feels like a mistake. I reached for the stars, but they were already gone. Left me with nothing but the wind's mournful song. Underneath the hollow sky I cried, for the things that lived and the things that died. I'm just a shadow, lost and untold, drifting through a world that's too frozen to hold. I saw a river turn into the sky, where the clouds couldn't breathe and the stars didn't try. The trees turned their backs, they don't know me now, and the ground shook beneath the weight of the vow. The sun burned black at the break of the dawn, and I waited for the day, but it's already gone. I heard a whisper from the winds in the trees, but it spoke in riddles that no one could seize. When the river becomes the sky, I'll be waiting for truth that never dies. The moon won't rise, but I'll keep counting the hours as time melts away like forgotten flowers. I found a clock without a face, spinning circles in the same old place. The light got tangled in the vines of the night, but it never touched me, never felt right. Where the lost souls prayed. When the river becomes the sky, I'll drift in the currents that never comply. I'll chase the horizon that never arrives, and wait for a world that's long been deprived. There's a shadow in the well where the light won't fall, and a tree that bleeds sap through the winter's call. Your boots are buried where the sun can't shine, and I still taste the dust where your lips were mine. The porch steps crack like they're keeping score of all the things we said but never swore. A rusted knife lies under the old oak ring, and I can't remember if you took my ring. Wolves don't cry in the rain, they just howl like the thunder that swallows a midnight vow. I chased your ghost through the cottonwood bend, but the wind was too bitter to call you friend. There's a rustling in the barn where the past still hides, like a broken record spinning in the tide. I felt you slip through my fingers like smoke, but your shadow still dances when the candle broke. I drank the confess. The field's been black for 100 days, where the sun forgets its golden ways. I found a cross made of broken strings, tied by the wind and the dead man's wings. There's a lantern flickering where the creek bends low, but I can't see the light where the dark grows. The cottonwood sighs but won't let go of the roots where your name used to show. Crows don't weep for the moon, they just circle round and hum their tune. I followed their wings, but they led me wide to a place where no stars ever decide. The old shack breathes like it's still alive, but the doors won't open and the windows don't drive. I kiss the air where your lips once stood, but the taste was dust and the dirt tasted good. The fox runs past without a sound while the ground forgets the weight of the crown. I called your name like a prayer in the mist, but it vanished like light that never exists. Crows don't weep for the moon, they just circle round in an endless swoon. And I'll wait by the fence till the wind dies still, with your shadow in the night, the heart to fill. I saw your shadow where the pasture bends, lingering like a storm that never ends. The barn's half buried in the soil's embrace, but your eyes still haunt that broken place. The wind sings low through the rusted gate, tells the story of love turned to hate. I left my boots where the creek once ran, but the water's gone like a half-burned man. Ghosts in the hollow ground won't leave. They whisper your name, but I can't believe still stands, but it don't bear fruit. Just a bark full of promises I can't dispute. I held your letter till it turned to ash, but your words still linger like a final crash. The moon don't shine where the wild things hide, and the thorns won't part to let the light slide. Saw the moon shave its head last night, dropped its hair in the old floodlight. There's a saddle hanging where time stood still, but the horse made of glass won't climb that hill. A crow-stitch warning's in the wheat again, said your voice rides slow in the porch wood grain. I swept up daylight from the barn floor cracks, trapped it in jars with your letters stacked. Glass horses don't gallop, they just lean and gleam, like the dreams we parked in a rusted stream. I called your name through a field of clocks, but time just blinked from a weathered box. The sky peeled open round 4 a.m., spilled out secrets in the shape of men. I lit a match just to taste the light. The truth grows teeth when it starts to die. I wore your silence like a second skin. It fit too well to take off again. Now thunder folds its arms real tight and waits for me to lose the fight. Glass horses don't gallop, they know too well the price of motion in a wordless spell. So I sit by the fence with the stillborn breeze and hum you home through the orchard trees. And glass horses don't gallop, they just lean and gleam, like the dreams we parked in a rusted stream. I called your name through a field of clocks, but time just blinked from a weathered box.
scarecrow's missing his head tonight. Still guards the field like he's got it right. My hands smell like rust and rain. I buried my name past the weather vane. There's a barn with no roof, just memory, and a cowbell ringing in a minor key. Grandma's ghost smokes by the sycamore tree. Says the wind ain't real, just wants to be. So I sleep with my boots tied to the bed, dream of dirt roads I ain't never read. If silence was wood, I'd carve it thin, make a door, let the silence in. Time wears a watch that don't tick no more, just clicks like a beetle on a screen porch floor. And love she left in a dress made of bark, said meet me where the sky forgets the dark. Now I sit where the broken fence hums low, counting stars that don't know where to go. No map, no fire, just the wheat lights grin, and these nails in my pocket digging in. Sit where the broken fence hums low, counting stars that don't know where to go. No map, no fire, just the wheat lights grin, and these nails in my pocket digging in. There's a letter nailed to the cellar door, written in ink that don't bleed no more. The porch light swings like a drunk old friend, as if it knows how the story'll end. I keep owl bones in the attic chest, right next to where your Sunday dress still smells like ash and pine wood grace. A ghost with buttons stitched in lace. I never prayed, but I spoke to the creek. It answered in ripples too scared to speak. The wind wore your voice like a borrowed coat, and left me drowning in a paper bowl. Your name grows moss on the gravestone gate, where time carves slow and the robins wait. I lit a match just to watch it light. Said it burned like truth, but it kissed goodbye. They say the sky won't fall a gravestone gate, but I've heard silence break its wing. It fell through me like a stone through wheat, heavy and holy and incomplete. So I sleep with back, just not the same. Your name grows moss on the gravestone gate, where time carves slow and the robins wait. The wind wore voice like a borrowed coat, left me drowning in a paper bowl, and left me drowning in a paper bowl. There's a trail behind the barley where the steel once met the sun. Old tracks swallowed up by clover where the trains no longer run. But we walk it every evening where the silence doesn't fade, and the ghost of steam and whistles hum the songs we never played. Where the rails forgot to run and the world forgot to chase, we found something quiet time could never quite replace. No tickets, no directions, just your hand and mine as one. Love moves slowly in the places where the rails forgot to run. The ties are worn and weathered like the boots upon your feet, and the stories that we whisper only bloom where roots are deep. You said sometimes things stop moving, so they're easier to find, and I think of that each moment when you look back and smile kind. Where the rails forgot to run and the world forgot to chase, we found something quiet time could never quite replace. No tickets, no directions, just your hand and mine as one. Love moves slowly in the places where the rails forgot to run. Let the fast tracks keep their rhythm, let the cities keep their light. I'll take this broken railroad with your laughter every night. Where the rails forgot to run and the weeds grow soft and wide, we built a kind of freedom no engine needs to ride. So when the world feels heavy, we'll just walk into the sun, down the path where love keeps blooming, where the rails forgot to run. Down a winding gravel road where the silence softly sighs, I found a little cabin where the moonlight never lies. Your hand in mine
was steady, like a creek that always flows, and peace came pouring gently through the air the pine trees know. Whispers in the pines, calling out our names, like lullabies from heaven, with a slow and gentle flame. We don't need a reason, just the stillness in the breeze. You're the calm inside my heart, like roots beneath the trees. We talked without a hurry, while the crickets kept the time, and every breath you took was like a prayer that felt like mine. The world spun on without us, but we didn't seem to care, 'cause love was in the quiet, in the rhythm of the air. Whispers in the pines, calling out our names, like lullabies from heaven, with a slow and gentle flame. We don't need a reason, just the stillness in the breeze. You're the calm inside my heart, like roots beneath the trees. And if the stars forget to shine, I'll still see your glow in the hush between the midnight and the early morning snow. I don't need a reason, just the stillness in the breeze. You're the calm inside my heart, like roots beneath the trees. Whispers in the pines, where forever softly hums, in the echo of your laughter, when the morning sunlight comes. No map will ever find us, but I know we'll always be in the calm inside the forest, where your soul belongs with me. There's a drawer beneath the window where the light comes in just right, and inside it sleeps the paper I would only touch at night. I wrote your name 1,000 times in ink that never dried, then folded up the silence where my heart still tried to hide. These are the letters I never sent, lines full of love that the wind never bent. No stamp, no seal, just the weight of my truth, kept safe in the quiet, forever for you. I spoke to you in moonlight on the back porch in July, while cicadas hummed their chorus and the stars hung low and shy. You were never far in miles, but somehow worlds away, so I wrote you down in whispers just to make you wanna stay. These are the letters I never sent, lines full of love that the wind never bent. No stamp, no seal, just the weight of my truth, kept safe in the quiet, forever for you. paper, not the sky or telephone. They live where no one reads them, but they never feel alone. Find all the letters I never sent, but every word still knows what it meant. Not every love needs to be pursued. Some just breathe in the silence and wait there for you.
There's a hush across the meadow as the sun begins to fade, and the sky turns into canvas with a brush of blue and jade. You're sitting on the front porch with your coffee and your smile, and just like that, the world slows down for a while. Still waters run deep where your heart meets mine, in the quiet of the evening, under cottonwood and pine. No need for words when the soul can sleep by your side, where the still waters run deep. The wind moves through the willow like a lullaby for two, and time forgets to hurry when I'm wrapped in thoughts of you. Every silence has a meaning, every breath a melody. In the peace between the heartbeats, you belong with me. Still waters run deep where your heart meets mine, in the quiet of the evening, under cottonwood and pine. No need for words when the soul can sleep by your side, where the still we don't fear the rain. Love like ours is steady, soft as a summer grain. Still waters run deep, and I know it's true. There's a home in the silence I have only found with you. So let the river rest and the moonlight keep our names in the still waters where love runs deep. Where love runs deep. We don't chase the thunder, we don't fear the rain. Love like ours is steady, soft as a summer grain. Our names in the still waters where love runs deep. There's a boat tied to the willow where the shoreline bends and sleeps. Paint is cracked and faded, but the water still runs deep. We never took it sailing, though we said we always might. But somehow staying anchored felt more peaceful than the flight. The boat that never left
still tells the calmest tale of love that didn't need the wind or distance in its sail. No hurry in its heartbeat, no longing in the blue, just a quiet kind of promise like I found in you. We'd sit there every evening, feet just brushing on the floor, while dragonflies and sunset painted gold along the shore. And though the world kept calling with its maps and open seas, you said some hearts are oceans and some are rooted trees. The boat that never left still tells the calmest tale of love that didn't need the wind or distance in its sail. No hurry in its heartbeat, no longing in the blue, just a quiet kind of promise like I found in you. Maybe love's not always moving, maybe love can just be still, like water holding starlight at the foot of an old hill. The boat that never left is where I'd stay again. Not every love is made for storms or chasing what has been. It's tethered to the shoreline like my soul is tied to you. In the boat that never left, where every sky feels new. There's a room we never rush through, where the wooden floorboards sigh, and a clock upon the mantle tells the truth but never tries. It ticks like old confessions, soft and slow against the pain, while your laughter lingers lightly like the memory of rain. The clock in the quiet room knows more than it reveals. It's watched us through the stillness and the turning of the wheels. No fireworks or thunder, no promises too loud, just the sound of love that settles like a low and drifting cloud. Your coffee on the table, steam curling like a prayer. The pages of your novel breathe in silence through the air. You look at me and smile like you've known me all your days, and I feel more than spoken in your soft unspoken gaze. The clock in the quiet room knows more than it reveals. It's watched us through the stillness and the turning of the wheels. No fireworks or thunder, no promises too loud, just the sound of love that settles like a low and drifting cloud. It doesn't need rewinding, it just beats the way we do. Steady, worn and honest, never needing something new. Final clock in the quiet room still ticks in twilight's grace, and if we never move again, we've found the perfect place. No need to chase forever, we're already
quiet room. The clock in the quiet room. We sat on the hill where the world would drift away, underneath the fading moon. I thought we'd always stay, but time's a quiet thief. It takes what it can find, and I watched our love slip slowly, like the evening left behind. The fading moonlight isn't gone, it's just a different hue, like the love we thought we'd have forever, but it's barely shining through. I still feel your warmth beside me, though the night is turned to blue. Like the fading moonlight, I'm still thinking of you. Your hand was in my palm, and the stars were in your eyes, but the winds began to whisper that good things have their time. I never saw it coming, but the truth was in the air, that love like ours can't hold on when the skies don't seem to care. Just a different hue, like the love we thought we'd have forever, but it's barely shining through. I still feel your warmth beside me, though the night has turned to blue. Like the fading moonlight, I'm still thinking of you. Maybe we were never meant to last, but we were meant to shine. And though the moon fades quietly, it leaves its mark in time. The fading moonlight's still a memory, like a song that fades away, but I'll carry it with me, even if the sky turns gray. In the quiet of the night, there's still a piece of you, like the fading moonlight. I'm still thinking of you. There's a quiet in the meadow that the sunrise barely shakes, and the fog rolls in so softly, like it knows the steps it takes. I brew your cup of coffee, through the bed still warm with sleep, and watch the world unwrap itself without a need to speak. The morning fog knows you, how you move without a sound, how your love surrounds me, though your feet don't touch the ground. Like mist across the pasture, you're here then out of view. But in every breath I take, I swear the morning fog knows you. You always left so gently, like the closing of a page. No thunder in your silence, no anger in your rage. And though the porch is empty where your laughter used to land, the stillness tells me stories that the air still understands. The morning fog knows you, how you move without a sound, how your love surrounds me, though your feet don't touch the ground. Like mist across the pasture, you're here then out of view. But in every breath I take, I swear the morning fog knows you. You were never one for echoes, never stayed to watch the rain. But I see you in the silver blur that drifts across the pane. The morning fog knows you, and it brings you back to me. Not in words or touches, but in quiet memory. And though the world wakes loudly, I still rise into the blue, where the fields are soft with wonder, and the morning fog knows you. There's a road through the valley where the wildflowers used to grow, but the weeds have overtaken and the signposts don't quite show. We walked it hand in hand once with the wind beside our feet. Now the gravel's grown so quiet with no one there to meet. The road we left behind still calls out every day. Though the path's been overgrown, I can't seem to walk away. We built it with our footsteps, but the world's a little wild, and the road we left behind still whispers like a child. The trees we used to sit beneath are leaning on their knees, and the sun don't shine the same now that it's lost its ease. I remember how we talked about the dreams we'd chase and find, but the miles have blurred the edges, and we both left them behind. The road we left behind still calls out every day. Though the path's been overgrown, I can't seem to walk away. We built it with our footsteps, but the world's a little wild, and the road we left behind still whispers like a every thought, a reminder of the love we had, though it's faded, though it's lost. I'll never quite forget it, though the years have made me blind to the road we left behind, still calling from my mind.
There's a tree out by the river where the roots run deep and wide. It's weathered every season, but it's still standing with pride. I carved our names on its bark when we thought we'd never change. And though the years have moved us, that old tree still feels the same. The tree that held us up when the world was pulling down, it's standing tall in silence where no one can make a sound. We grew like leaves together, reaching for the sky. And even when the wind comes, we know we'll still survive. The branches stretch like memories that danced in morning's light, while shadows moved in twilight like two hearts that knew the night. We talked of forever, but the seasons didn't wait. Now the tree stands alone, but it's never felt too late. The tree that held us up when the world was pulling down, it's standing tall in silence where no one can make a sound. We grew like leaves together, reaching for the sky. And even when the wind comes, we know we'll still survive. The branches stretch like memories that danced in morning's light, while shadows moved in twilight like two hearts that knew the night. We talked of forever, but the seasons didn't wait. Now the tree stands alone, but it's never felt too late. The tree that held us up still watches where we stand, a quiet kind of witness with its branches in the sand. We may have gone our separate ways, but you'll always be the one who helped me stand forever, like the tree that held us up. The tree that held us up still watches where we stand, a quiet kind of witness with its branches in the sand. We may have gone our separate ways, but you'll always be the one who helped me stand forever, like the tree that held us up.